What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent and didn't do any shows over the weekend. The Friday show did take a step back. I had a bad day. I know that. I went, what was it? I think 1-3 on Friday. So NBA now 9-6. My best bet lost on Friday, which took a lot of the profit. So slightly up in NBA still. The weekend for NFL though was good. I won 4 out of 5 in NFL. So try to keep that going. I know we have a Monday night football game tonight, and no Rob Veno today. He couldn't make it today, so we'll see if we can get him back tomorrow. Jersey, taking sports and games. See what happened with the Friday picks. All but one clear. Yeah, we had a great week. Friday was not so great. All right. If you were not here on Friday, like I said before, I have very little interest this early in the season, especially talking about 11 games to myself. So, what I'm going to do today is the games that maybe stand out, I might have a stronger opinion on than most or than others. I'll talk about some of those, but I might not get through every game today. So on that note, I don't really want to talk about Cavs and Pistons, Magic and 76ers. I'll mention it. I'll mention this one. Opened up Magic -3.5. We see it all the way up to -6. Total open 224.5. And it looks like 227.5. As far as who's available, still Mo Wagner out for the Magic. For the Sixers, no Watford, McCain, Paul George, Embiid, or Barlow. And I think this move came around when they said Embiid wasn't going to play. Now, for me, I'm a guy who, I mean, before the season even, I was not high on Embiid. I think he doesn't have, he don't have much knees left. I think he's on his way out. He kind of talked about, if he can't be on the court longer than these shorter stints, why is he even playing? He mentioned that himself. So at this point of his career, I don't think he's worth that much to the spread. The Magic, they've been unimpressive. Like I thought they would be a lot better adding Desmond Bain to this roster than what I've seen so far. So combination of those things and Magic here on the road as well. I mean, I like the rookie for Philly, and just them being at the house makes me want to consider them. It is well, like I said, the Magic. I'm not a believer anymore in them to be laying, a few possessions until they start to show me some kind of consistency. It's also their third game in 4 nights, I believe, fourth and sixth, something like that. Definitely third and fourth. So I know it's early in the season, but I can think of a lot of reasons not to lay the six with the Magic. So I'll lean towards Philly in this first game. Jersey Tugging Sports and Games says, I live in Orlando. They suck every single year. And even seen them play live. Yeah, they usually do suck. They've started to get a little bit better in recent years, but I don't know. Not liking what I'm seeing to start this season. Next game, Hawks and Bulls opened up -1 for the Hawks. See them as 2 or 2.5 point favorites now. Total open 238.5, as high as 234.5. Take a look at the injury report for the Hawks. You have Zachary Rissache, questionable. Jalen Johnson, questionable. Porzingis, also questionable. For the Bulls, they'll be without Kobe White and Zach Collins. And then you have Giddy questionable, I believe, with a finger injury. So unsure if he's going to be out there tonight. Um, the Bulls, I've talked about it before, but Billy Donovan was on this team about the defense this season. And so far, through a few games, they're the number one defensive rated team, and they've won both of their games. Um, so, thinking about that, I know they still probably play up tempo. Like if it wasn't for that, if this was Chicago of last year, I would still be probably looking, with the market towards this game going over. But just the way that they've been playing defense this year, I think it's a little bit different. So I hesitate as far as the total is concerned. From a side, if you get everybody ruled in for Atlanta, I just think that they're better. And I think they should be motivated coming in here 1-2. So I'll have a slight lean with the road short favorite, Atlanta. And also, I'm looking at Trey Jones in this one. For you player prop guys. He's been dishing it. Like I like what I see as far as playmaking from him. He's had 8 assists in both of their games. The thing is, his prop was 5.5. It did go up, I think, to 6.5, and starting to get a little bit juiced there. Like I said, he's hit 8 in both of the games so far. Their last game was against better defense than what we'll see versus Atlanta. And if Giddy's out, he probably could even get even more, assists. So Trey Jones assists also something that I would look for, even at the 6.5 number that we get right now. What up, Kev? Good to see you in here. Let's keep going down the list. Um, Jersey, I would say, I mean, they won their division last year. I'm not gonna say they're all right. They're a little better than I think you're giving them credit for. Next game up, Nets and Rockets. Big spread, open 13.5, looks like 15.5. Total came down a couple points. I'll glance at the injury report. Dwight Powell, Williams, Wolf, all questionable. Highsmith out for the Nets. Dorian Finney-Smith out. Fred VanVleet out. So the Nets did play yesterday. So yeah, second of a back-to-back for them. Third and 4 nights, I believe. Fourth and 6, all those good things. For the Rockets, they've been having some days off in between their games. 2 days off once again. So well-rested team, pretty big rest advantage. And they're coming into this one. I mean, 0-2 for a team that was expected to be a lot better. So I know they're going to be motivated. Um, and I think they're, a hell of a lot better than this Brooklyn Nets team. I think, man, these are like two opposites for me. The Nets just want to, play up tempo and score. The Rockets more of a defensive team in my mind. I think that the Rockets length should be able to limit this Nets team. I think that the Nets can also run out of gas in this game. Um, yeah, I could only look. I know it's a huge spread, but I can only look towards the Rockets, whether it's the first half or the full game. Um, Only way that I personally could play this game. Let's keep going down the list here. Celtics and Pelicans. I think we'll mention this one. Opened up -2.5 for the Pellies. Looks like 1.5. Total open 231.5, as high as 234. And Tatum, we know he's out. I don't see anybody else on the injury report for Boston right now. Jaylen Brown was on there, but it looks like he's been cleared. So let's just refresh to make sure, because he was questionable. Oh no, he's questionable. That's my bad. He is questionable. For the Pelicans, Missy and Matkovic questionable. Looney and Murray remain out. So, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is the Celtics say they want to play fast and but I don't know. It's not really translating to a lot of points. Like that first game was probably lucky to get over. If I'm thinking correctly, it's the first game, either the first or the second. But I just don't really trust a whole lot of offense on that side consistently. Now, at the same time, I don't really trust the makeup of guys defensively. I mean, it's one guy I trust on a Pelicans roster, or at least starting lineup defensively. But not gonna say I really trust them there either. So I guess I will lean with the market in this one towards the over. But from a side perspective, I definitely trust the Pelicans to be able to score. Zion's look good. There's not a whole lot of rim protection there. I think he'll be able to score what he wants. And yeah, maybe just the slightest leans towards the Pelicans here. Either Pelicans, the over, Zion points are appealing. Some different ways to look at this game. Let's see. What up, Jose Perez? Xavier in the building as well. Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right. What else do we have that we would like to talk about here today? I'll mention this one a little bit here. Raptors and Spurs opened up -5 for San Antonio. Looks like 4.5. Total open 233. Looks like 232. As far as the injury report, I currently see nobody on there for Toronto. For the Spurs, Sohan, Waters, Cornett, Fox, all out. And then Olenek looks like a game time decision. And I'm gonna verify here, but both teams playing on a back to back here. The Spurs so far have looked great, 3-0. I mean, the Raptors, they look really impressive in that first game. And I think the Raptors are a team that you want to maybe try to back more when they are catching, catching points rather than a favorite or expecting to win kind of role. And they are catching points here. Um, this one is pretty tough for me. I have a hard time stepping in front of, I'm high on the Spurs. I have a few positions on the Spurs this season. The way Wemby's looking, like I don't see anybody who can give him trouble on the other side. I love like a Ingram and Scotty Barnes combination, but not really anything else for this Raptors team. I love everything about the Spurs at the house. Both teams unrested, travel for the Raptors. I'll lean with the Spurs here. Spurs minus the 4.5 will be my lane for this game. Appreciate you, Fatone. Let's get this bread. Absolutely. Jeff says he loves the over in this game. Yeah, I can't really talk you. I mean, well, what I would say about the total is the Raptors are playing extremely up tempo. Spurs not so much. Spurs also have been a really good defensive team. So I'm kind of conflicted. Um, who will control the pace in this game? Is it the home team, the better team? I think the home team is the better team. So in my mind, I would think Spurs can be can control the pace in this one. Jersey asking, will it be recent flex picks on these games? I will be releasing my picks. I'm not sure. I know the whole flex picks thing for Wager Talk, but uh, I don't release flex picks. I release whatever I bet. So will I be releasing what I bet? Absolutely. It will probably be out today. A little bit later than normal. But yes, the answer is yes. Thunder and Mavericks. I'm gonna just keep this one short and sweet. I mean, the total did go down a little bit. The Mavericks, the Mavericks have not looked good. They've looked a lot worse than I expected, and I just really don't trust them offensively. So I do think they have a lot of capable defenders. I trust them on that end. So just thinking about that, it makes sense why the total is coming down here. And we know OKC is a really good defensive team. That said, Caruso is out for this one. Um, Holmgren is questionable. So could be missing some defense, maybe some rim protection there. But Dallas games, it's just one way for me. It's under or nothing as far as the total is concerned until they show me some better point guard play. From a side perspective, I don't. I mean, until OKC gets healthy, it's hard for me to lay big numbers with them, expecting them to win by margin. Like to win by margin, you got to, in my mind, shoot the three well, defend the three well, because that's how you create margin. They're missing, you know, defender, shooter, scorer. They're missing a lot. So can't really lay with OKC right now. As much as I'm down on Dallas, I'd probably just look towards an under in this contest. Nah, absolutely not, Jeff. Absolutely not. Not that I don't like Caitlin Clark, but absolutely not. This is the goat wall, the Laker wall. I mean, some other people in here, but definitely won't be Caitlin Clark. I'll tell you that. All right. Suns and Jazz. I think I had a little opinion here. Yeah, let's talk about this one. It did open -2 for Phoenix. We saw a flip of favorites. Jazz now the short 1 or 1.5 point favorite. Total came down about 2 points, seeing 231.5. Dylan Brooks is questionable. Jalen Green is out for Phoenix. Collier is out. Niang out for Utah. Um, yeah, this Suns team, a team that I was not very high on coming into the year. You know, I did play Utah in that game versus the Clippers when they were at the house. I want to look or try to talk myself onto Utah at home more times than not this season. I love the home court advantage that they have with the elevation, and I like their roster. Um, I think that the bigs can possibly dominate in this game. Just looking at the size advantage for them, and then if I'm playing a player prop, I like them in college. I like what I've seen so far in the NBA. Walter Clayton Jr. He's on my list. I might be looking towards his PRA, and then without Collier, Keontae George out there probably could just be dishing and get some assists. Those would be two guys that I target for player props. So would have to make a decision, but those are two guys on my list, and I would be looking at Utah or passing this one. It's just my personal opinion. Let's see. Caruso is not playing. Robert likes Keontae George over 7.5 assists. I do like that. Volbeck said they played the under. Don't have a strong opinion about this total. Kind of unsure on that one. What's good, Itachi? Good to see you here. My guy Mark in here as well. Good to see the usual suspects. Let's keep it going here. Denver and Minnesota. I mean, I'm sure we've seen big moves on this already. Ant is out. Um, Dillingham is questionable. Nobody on the injury report for Denver. Minnesota did play yesterday. Denver with the rest advantage here. I mean, no Ant as well. I know Minnesota's played well versus Denver. If you look at the last 5 games, I think Minnesota might have won them all. But the loss of Ant, I think, is pretty big there. If anything, it hurts the offense more than anything. So I can understand the total coming down from 232 to 229. If Minnesota is going to stay in this game, it's going to have to be defensively. Denver, something about I know it's like I would only play Denver just because situationally I don't trust Minnesota to score that much. I do trust Denver to score, but especially with the rest. Maybe Minnesota runs out of gas in this game. So I'll lean with Denver in this one. And if I'm playing the total, it's absolutely under. There was somebody in the chat said they like Jamal Murray. So let's get that. Jamal Murray over 4 assists. KC likes Denver tonight as well. It seems like pretty 1+1 = 2, but I just don't like to play the games when they seem that easy. The opener or the look ahead line, one of the two, was a pick 'em. Now we're looking at 6. I understand Anthony Edwards is gone. But it's just tough for me to play when I'm looking at that. Mark says Joker looking heavy, saying he played bad. Fatone likes Denver team total over. DiVincenzo threes for Robert. Robert is on him sniping those player props. Nice work. KC likes Aaron Gordon. This one says he has a mismatch. I mean, I don't see too much of a mismatch personally, but I'm not saying that to talk you off. Yeah, I'm with you, Dusan. Who's going to score for Minnesota? We shall see. I think under could be worth a look in that game. So really, I guess I am talking about all the games. I just didn't want to talk about Cleveland and Detroit. But I'm rapid firing. It's still not like how I normally do in deep dive and all that good stuff. Grizzlies, Warriors, open -8 for Golden State. 8.5 is what I'm looking at now. Total from 237 to 239.5. Horford out, Melton out. Clark, Edie, Ty Jerome, Scottie Pippen Jr., Vince Williams out for this Memphis team. And I'm blanking out, but I'm pretty sure I'm just going to double check here. The Grizzlies played yesterday. No, they did not. So I'm glad I'm double checking here. They didn't play yesterday, but the Warriors do still have the rest advantage. They have 2 days rest compared to one. For the Grizzlies, it is their third game in 4 nights. So a little bit, and it's the front end of a back-to-back for the Warriors. The Warriors do play the Clippers tomorrow. So they do have a little bit of a rest edge coming into this one. My first thought in this game, I'm in agreement with the total going up. I mean, number one, I think the Warriors like to play fast anyway. Play up tempo, move the ball. Without Horford starting, I mean, you're gonna get more post, more Kaminga. I mean, post can shoot it still. Kaminga's gonna play up tempo, and I like that. They like to run anyway. For Memphis, they like to run and play up tempo games too. So just from what I expect the pace to be, I can understand why the total's going up. I would agree with that. From a side perspective, it's tough. Like I personally, I think that the Warriors, like I know they lost that one game on a back to back, but I think the Warriors are trying to play with something to prove this year. I think their roster is really good. It's absolutely way better than whatever Memphis is offering there. Golden State is one of those teams who can do what I said: shoot the three well, defend the three well. It's Golden State or nothing for me in this one. Um, but I didn't get there. I probably like the over more than Golden State, if I'm being honest here. Let's see what the chat is saying. Green over 5.5 assists. That's Draymond there. Yeah, Casey, I'm with you. She expects pace, turnovers, and transition points. I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. So it makes sense. The over. Um, don't really see Jackson under 27.5 PRA. Some more player props coming in. Yeah, it was a little bit of a schedule loss. Older team too. Casey says that game was lost from the first quarter. The boys said 3 games before nights they wanted their beds. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Warriors can blow the Grizzlies out in this contest. Um, let's keep going down the list. It's the last game that we'll talk about in association. And opened up as a pick 'em. We now see Portland as the 2.5 point favorite. And that just makes me want to double check. Like, did I just miss? I might have missed some injury news. Maybe let's refresh my thing. Maybe Austin Reeves got ruled out or something. They did play yesterday. So let me just refresh my injury report. Make sure we get all the correct information. I'm not seeing I'm not seeing him listed out. I don't know. This is maybe they're expecting him to miss. Yeah, I don't see him ruled out as of right now. As of right now, Hayes is questionable. Benson is doubtful. No Luca, LeBron, Kleba, or Thiero. And then for Portland, no Scoot, no Robert Williams. Um, Blazers getting some teams in some weird spots, I think, to start this season. My bad. Let me just go back here. So for the Lakers, they absolutely did play yesterday. And the Blazers played yesterday too. They played the Clippers, so they don't really have to travel. It is a back to back for them, but they're staying in LA. Third game in 4 nights for both teams as well. The Lakers, I mean, I still think they're a team I don't trust defensively. Um, if they as long as they have Reeves out there, he'll be able to create some offense. But if he does miss, they'll probably struggle to score too. For this Blazers team, I think they're a team that's feisty. They play hard. I think that I think they are favored for a reason. Like seeing the Lakers plus 2.5, it seems like they're kind of begging you to come take the Lakers. I don't like, especially when they're begging me to take the Lakers, but I don't like when they're begging me to take anything. So I think Drew Holiday can cause some problems. Got Klingon down there protecting the paint. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with my hometown Lakers in this game. I think the Blazers are the right side here. I do have, this is something that I've looked at over the years. When teams stay in LA, teams usually go out and have a good time and party and don't play as much defense the next night. Like when they're facing Lakers, then face the Clippers, or face Clippers, then face the Lakers. I'm just not sure that's how I view this Portland team. Um, so I have systems and all that stuff that tells me to bet the over, but it's tough until I mean, I need to know especially who's playing with both of these teams on a back to back. So it's a wait and see. Probably a wait and see game altogether. Let's take a look at the comments before we move along. Mark likes the Blazers as well. Robert likes Reeves rebounds plus assists. Mhm. C. James, appreciate you. And then Willow says need Cavs and Pistons. I don't have an opinion. I mean, I could just try to pull some out my ass, but it's not gonna be helpful. It's just gonna be wasting your time. So I don't like to waste people's time. And by the way, Zion has now been listed as questionable to play tonight. So yeah, today I really want to let a lot of this injury report stuff shake out. Some teams playing back to backs, etc. I don't want to jump the gun today. So I'll be making my NBA plays a little bit later. I did let you know some of the directions that I'm looking. Um, we do have a Monday night football game, and I'm not gonna talk about it too much in detail. I'm just gonna give my quick opinion, and it's just an opinion. That's all it is. And I cashed 4 out of 5 in the NFL. Maybe my opinion could be worth something. Just had a good day yesterday. Open up Kansas City -5.5. Seeing 11 now. Total open 51.5. Seeing 48. Um, I mean, if Rob Veno was here, he'd probably go back to the well with Kansas City team total over. And I get it. They're healthy. They have so many weapons, so many options. It's very hard for me to talk off of that. Washington's pass defense isn't great. Um, it's very hard for me to talk you off of that. They should be able to score as long as they care. But I can't ignore what my eyes see every single time. Like if I don't have to have any numbers. I guarantee you if you go back and look up the numbers on this, it will reflect what I'm saying. Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football, he's not covering these spreads, man. He's my Patrick Mahomes in prime time in general. You gotta be careful when you laying too many points. Like I I don't I this is not my channel, so I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think that Patrick Mahomes knows how to win these games and not win them by too many points. That's all I'm trying to say. So I never want to lay double digits with Patrick Mahomes in prime time. Just off that, I mean, it is a little tough to make a case for Washington. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's a look ahead spot for Kansas City here. They play the Bills this upcoming week. Just I can see Kansas City even getting the lead and then just taking their foot off the gas, allow Washington to backdoor cover. It's just too many things for me not to like for Kansas City here. Um, if I was liking something for Kansas City, I think that Mahomes could take advantage of the secondary, whether however the game flow goes, whether it's pass completions. Like I think that secondary is soft. So pass completions probably for Patrick Mahomes. If I'm betting anything for that Kansas City side, as far as Washington, you got Mariota out there. I really don't like Mariota. Like it goes back to some of the other teams he plays for. I'm just not a Mariota believer. Um, if anything, I think that the Chiefs can bring some pressure. They'll probably blitz him. Mariota might have to get out and run more. I mean, I feel like a lot of quarterbacks get out and run versus Kansas City for that same reason. So I could look towards Mariota rush attempts. Um, but this is a little bit of a tougher game. I'm going to continue to cap it throughout the day, see what I can get there with. But yeah, maybe Mariota rush attempts, Patrick Mahomes completions, and I'm not laying. I'm absolutely not laying 11 points with Kansas City. So that means I lean Washington, and we'll see if I can get there to the window before kickoff. Jeff says, "What's up, Skee?" He likes the under in tonight's game. Robert Franklin also likes the under. I mean, if it's me, I would think if Kansas City gets up, I definitely see them just milking the clock and try to run the clock out, and the second half just not even trying to really score. So for that reason, I could like under, or I can understand an under, and I think that Washington can struggle to score too. So I'm not mad at that play. Not mad at that play at all. Frank says bad weather tonight. I hear. Is it wind? Is it rain? Because I would care more about wind, not so much about rain. I agree with this from C. James. And no bet is sometimes the best bet. Itachi says only 2 dogs cash yesterday. No way another fave cashes to end the week. I mean, I kind of think that way too. I'm not gonna lie. He agrees with me. Kansas City looking ahead to the Bills, and he's also liking the under. Mark Martin says take Kansas City first quarter -3. Washington starts so slow, especially on the road. Washington is always playing from behind early in games. I think I agree with the idea that if you like the Chiefs, you take them early, 100%. All right, that's gonna be the show for today. A little bit of a different show. Don't have my guy Rob with me. Not feeling the greatest. I didn't. I mean, I did the show for y'all, man. Just not really feeling great today. So we are gonna move it over to best bets, and yeah, I'm not even no promo today. And honestly, I haven't made a bet yet. So I'm taking my time. Um, A lot of injury stuff, a lot of back to backs. I don't want to get blown up betting too early today, specifically. So my bets will come out a little bit later. Sorry to you guys. I can't have a best bet for today's show, but maybe, tomorrow or on the next show when we have a big slate, I'll feel stronger and I can give you guys a couple. So I've told you all the ways that I'm looking on a lot of these games, and that's how we'll end this show. I believe Rob Veno should be back tomorrow, and we'll catch you guys then. Best of luck, everybody, on all your action.